Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to walk you through our ELA activity on nonfiction text features and just some additional resources that you might be interested in using. If you go to our second grade website, which is linked on the Medlock Bridge website, or you can go to mbessecond.wixsite.com. The Teleschool tab is going to be where all of our choice boards and things like that are going to be housed from week to week. But this additional resources is what I really wanted to highlight today, to make sure that you are aware that we have reading resources of where to find books online. We know we can't go to the library right now. We know we can't go out and buy new books right now. We can't go to our Medlock Bridge library, so having some access to these free resources is going to be great. And then if you keep scrolling down, there are some specific ones for each subject that we're talking about this week. So let's say, for example, you want to review characters changing from yesterday. There's two websites for you to click on there, or Nearpod code. Sometimes if you're going to do one on dialogue, maybe you want to do that Nearpod code to get you some little extra information. Today there is a Nearpod code on text features, and I actually just went through it to see kind of how it was, but basically what it's going to do is it's going to take you through what you already know about text features, because we did do a nonfiction text features unit back in October. Remember our BAT study, and you guys were making posters and things like that. This unit is a review. We are going to expand on it, but for today, you want to look back at what do you remember about text features and how they can help you as a nonfiction reader. So this is just a matching activity, so you can see what you know. If you want to hide these definitions, this little blue tab over here will get that out of your way. So let's say I want to find, this is a picture of a photographer, so I'm going to click that, and then there we go, I already have a match. So those are the visual representations of that. Now it's going to take it a little bit step further, and it wants you to make sure that you talk about how it helps you as a reader. So how does a photograph help the reader? It helps let's see if I can find it, show readers. So it helps reader visualize, helps reader visualize important with a real life example. There we go. So that's why you want to read them all the way through. So then you can go through and continue matching all of those pieces. This one says label the text features below by writing the name of it across in red. I would use this text tool here. So this box is asking, what is this talking about right here? That's the title. We've got a chart, we've got a photograph, we've got a table of contents. So using this text tool to add your labels for each of these sections, and then you can change the actual text color if you want to do that to put it in red. Then there's a poll at the very end just to give me some feedback. Guys, I see these responses, and I can see if you're still confused, then I know to reach out to you. So there's that for you, and then that's just a quick, easy way to review text features. There's also some YouTube links, and then there's going to be a Brain Pop that's not listed here, but you can just search on Brain Pop Junior about nonfiction text. Today, I do want to go through the activity using a couple of different resources. This is the one that I'm going to post on Seesaw today. It's basically a nonfiction text feature scavenger hunt. And what it is it will say, can you find pictures with labels? Can you find a table of contents? What page did you find it out? And check it when found. I'll show you on Seesaw how to add photographs on top of that, and how to unlock the photographs so you can kind of move them around in here if you want to. So if you go into your activities tab and you add a response, basically what the directions say is to use this text tool to write your page numbers and then check when found. That'll just allow us to make sure it's nice and neat and tidy. Sometimes when we write our numbers, it can get a little bit messy. So if you want to do that, that's an option for you. It does also say that you can use the camera roll. So you can upload or take a picture. So let's see if I have a picture real quick here. I don't even know. Oh, this is for next week. But let's say this is the example of the picture. Then I can scroll. I can actually move it around. One of the things I noticed on the iPad that it wasn't letting me do was it was locked. So you have to make sure that it's unlocked in order to check on that. But you can add this text feature here, and then you could draw an arrow with it too if you want to do that. So the other thing with that is it does say that I can just click photo, Since I'm on my computer right now, it is going to ask me to allow, and then I can just take a photo and do the same thing. Now again, I wouldn't want to do this, I'd want to do the actual text features, not just pictures of myself, but that's just an extra tool that you can use when you're doing this activity today. I wanted to remind you about National Geographic. We know we can't go to the library right now. We know we can't go to Miss Fowler's library. We can't go to my library. We can't go out and shop for new books right now. So I wanted to remind you about Epic when you're looking for some nonfiction textbooks or features that you want to be searching for. Their National Geographic actually added so I believe nearly their entire collection to Epic for students. So there's tons of books in here. These are for the younger grades 0 through 4, but you can actually go through and select your age, and you can, let's put 8, and then that's going to help filter out some of the books that will be more appropriate for us as second graders. Since these are National Geographic, we know that they're nonfiction text features. So if I want to learn about this courageous canine here, then I can just go in and I can already see there's the table of contents. So that's one of the text features that I need to search for. Here's a great photograph with a caption on the bottom and a heading. So we can see that these are great books for finding text features. It's got, let me get to the very end. Keep going. Wow, this is a nice long one. So again, more photographs, more captions, and it looks like this is a collection of stories. So this one might be, yeah, it's a chapter book, so it might have some different things there that we would want to use a different text. Let's see if I can get out of this real quick and get to a different for you. All right, for the sake of the video, I just cleared it and made it age 7 instead, and that's going to give me ones that are that don't, they'll still say chapters, but just ignore those chapter books and go down to one that doesn't have chapters for today's activity. Feel free to go in and do one of those if that's what you want, but I did want to just go through and show that this is going to have some different text features. As readers, we want to pay attention to those text features because they teach us new information. They get us to pay attention to different things in our books rather than just reading the text that's on the pages. It's got different features for us to help us learn the information in different ways. So it's really important to go through these texts and pay attention to those different features that are in here and see what we can learn from it. At the very end of this book, it will have some different conversation starters. It will have some different photographs. Some of our books are going to have glossaries and indexes, and those are other things that can help us with this as well. So using these features, using these tools that you have, if you have a book at home, I know Vidhanram yesterday you were talking about you had a good book on dinosaurs, use that. So going through today's activity, today's focus is on craft and structure of nonfiction tests. We previously studied this topic and found so many text features that help alert us that this book we are reading is probably a nonfiction one. We will recap text features such as headings, glossary, bold words, zoom photos, labels, diagrams, and more. So those are some things that I want you to be searching for in your text. While you're reading, the suggested activity is to read a book or an article, go back and write that list. Write which text features you found to be the most helpful and why, and then draw a picture of this text feature. So that's an option, or do that nonfiction scavenger hunt that I posted to Seesaw. It's up to you. There's so much we can learn from our nonfiction text, so I hope that you enjoy it. There's also a couple quizzes posted, and that Nearpod is going to be a great way to review those nonfiction text features. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.